Remember Crossbros? Well, I didn't, because until recently I was one of those happy individuals who didn't actually have TikTok. I was perfectly happy being miserable before I actually knew who Belle Delphine, Crossbros or any other TikTok superstars are. So I've decided to take the big jump and actually get that application. And ever since, I regret it. Quite a lot, actually. Those guys have been posting Cringe on main since 2015 and managed to get a massive 60 million subscribers across all major platforms, making a better bag per year than most of us will in our lifetimes. That's quite sad, actually. But how? How is it possible that making this Cringe is so popular? And critically, how much dough have they actually made from this? Let's take a trip down the memory lane so that you, a sexy goddamn legend, can actually experience the joy of their videos. Our legendary brothers Jill and Jay started in 2015 on Musical.ly. From the very start, it was really clear that this is going to be something special. This is going to be amazing.
Am I single? Like, I'm cute, I'm funny, and I have a great personality. Girl, you are single because when you laugh, you sound like Satan. Oh, maybe I am Satan. I don't play with demons. May the power of these hands compel you. Bruh.
At the time, our Cringe virtuosos were focusing on making incredible art with one simple purpose: to make you laugh. And that it certainly did. Don't let my dead expression fool you. I am definitely dying of laughter inside. They produce incredible experiences like this.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
And this.
Late night when you need my love.
And these wonderful stories which made you feel like your brain stepped on a Lego and was successfully reset using a sledgehammer, for some reason gained a huge following. I have no idea who's watching this. I imagine that it's either an 8-year-old who doesn't put matching socks on because he's so random, or a 50-year-old Facebook current who has her whole house filled with live, laugh, love slogans. There's no one between. I can't actually imagine anyone between those two that actually watches this. However, to spice things up, our legends started to shake their butts in the rhythm of the popular songs at that time. And frankly, I can't say much about that. The dancing, I mean, come on. And it's a sure way to get popularity on applications which steal so much of your time that you actually don't see your kids grow up. Come on, man, you gotta see them. Come on. In the following year, they're creating more relatable stories like this one.
I love how your parents are all happy when guests come over. They're here! But as soon as they leave... Okay, bye. Alright, let's clean up right now!
Showing you just how a perfect family should look like. But worry not, there's an endless amount of unhealthy family dynamics shitposts that you can actually create. It's okay, that therapy session can definitely wait. In those years, the number of fans increased faster than the bald patches on my head. I mean, there was just no stopping them. Later on, they added thirst strapping to their umbrella of course skills. If I looked like that, I'd also be thirst trapping women on the internet for views. I mean, the man has teeth brighter than my future. Anyway, more or less around that time, our superstars have started to compare themselves to another legend. And I don't know how we got here. I have no idea how we got to this point where these bozos would compare themselves to this legendary actor. But let me tell you this, I can hold a pencil and Da Vinci can hold a pencil. So, in a way, we're exactly the same. Beautiful. In the same year, a new form of their content was developed. One that would absolutely shock TikTok and change their art for some time. A goddamn Mafia POV phase. That's right, it's happening. Everybody and their grandma was talking about this. They look handsome, they look scary, and they look amazing. But luckily for us, they are terrible mafia bosses. Because really, they're walking in place. I mean, they'll never get to us. You don't have to worry. And since Mafia POV face worked so well, of course they're gonna milk it dry. And release a Blood Brothers TikTok series. But like everything else on this wretched website designed for an 8-year-old with ADHD, they got bored of it pretty quickly. I mean, who would have thought? In 21, they come back to the all-reliable. Making their faces look like they stepped in a dog poo, and overreacting simple relatable stories. And whenever they try to change their content, they get their asses handed back on a plate. And I gotta give it to them, at least they keep trying. But their audience, they just love the cringe. And since then, that's pretty much the pattern. They try something different and they get kicked right in the balls for trying. And so, they come back to making these faces that will haunt your nightmares. Because that's what the people want. They don't want innovation, they don't want different ideas. No. They just want the cringe. But why? Why does it work so well, despite it being so bad? Well, they're not taking themselves too seriously. They're extremely positive. I mean, they know they're posting cringe on main, and they own it. They know the randomness and the shitposting nature of their videos makes a lot of people laugh, and they're perfectly fine with boomers like me complaining every so often. And I have to admit myself, this positive vibe of a child who chew 5 gums simultaneously, it made me chuckle a couple of times.
Welcome to Fitness for You. All right, we're gonna start with some basics. Ready? Push-up position, and roll down and take a nap. See you later.
Their videos are incredibly simple to understand because there is nothing to understand. More often than not, the videos don't have any words in them, storyline, or anything else, which makes them universal. You can understand them regardless of the language you speak, or whether your IQ has less than 2 digits in them. If you have eyes, ears, and at least 1 brain cell, you can definitely enjoy their brainwave-eating content.
Bruh.
Walkie slash.
They're incredibly difficult to ignore it. You either hate it or you love it. If their content makes you want to blow your brains out, or you would sell your child just to see another one of those faces, you will likely react to it and share it with your friends, making them even more famous. They got you. That's too smart. They're definitely consistent. I mean, they've been doing exactly the same shit since 2015. There's just no stopping them. You can expect your girlfriend to leave, your car to break down, and the world to burn down due to climate change, but they'll be always there for you with your weekly dose of cringe.
Yo, what's wrong? It's just what? I'm so hungry.
In all seriousness though, it ensures their audience trusts them, as they're delivering exactly what they want consistently. Their content is actually quite genius. However, they have been trying to move away from it. Why would they want to move away from this small effort and high reward sort of videos? Well, to put it simply, it's because these guys have actually grown up quite a lot since 2015. I mean, they're almost 30 years old now. Imagine being almost 30 and pretty much experiencing your midlife crisis, swapping your car to a Porsche and exchanging a wife for a 19-year-old, and still having to make those faces. Yeah, that'd be quite depressing. On the other hand, let's face it, dignity isn't exactly a high price for being a millionaire. Maybe we are the cringe, and these guys are the geniuses. But speaking of millionaires, just how much could they be making? There's actually no easy way to tell, as these guys weren't kind enough to share the tax information with us, but we can try to estimate that with the publicly available information. Let's assume that this totally reliable calculator will actually help us here. Let's take the lower average of their estimated earnings per post, equaling to around $1,800. And assuming that they made that on half of their post, it means that they made over 32 million on TikTok alone. And if you include their Instagram, YouTube accounts, and various other sponsorships, you can come to a nice figure of having a shitload of money. It's quite depressing to think that these guys made more money making these faces than most of us will make in our lifetimes. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. In fairness, they seem to be pretty clever guys. They made a shitloads of money making silly shit posts, and you know what? Good for them.